Welcome. In this video, we are going to look at job analysis. By the end of this video, you will be able to conduct job analysis, develop job description based on the outcomes of job analysis, update job description, and finally, recruit the most qualified candidate. Look at the definition of job analysis. Edwin Filippo defined job analysis as the process of studying and collecting information relating to the operations and the responsibilities of a specific job. So in other words, we do job analysis to determine three things. One is the job context. Two is the job content. The last one now is the job requirement in terms of academic qualifications and experience. So job analysis is a key function of human resource department. They develop job description based on the outcome of job analysis. For example, if you want to recruit a medical doctor and you are not a doctor, you have not studied anything related to medicine, how are you going to develop the job description for that particular position? So it's through the job analysis which will help you to develop the job description of a doctor. So basically, this is the definition of job analysis according to Edwin. Now let us look at the categories of information obtained from job analysis. One is the job identification. That is about the job title, the physical location of the job, etc. So if you have been following advert, you discover that every position has a title and then the location. That is what we call the job identification, and that is done after conducting job analysis. You cannot come up with the job title or physical location of the position if you have not conducted the job analysis. Category of information number two is the job description. The job description is basically the daily duties or the job summary. The daily duties are the things you do every day in the organization. If we are recruiting you today, what do we expect from you on daily basis is what we call the job description. Like I've told you before, the job description is developed based on the outcome of the job analysis. So the HR does not wake up one day and start developing the job description. What they do is to conduct a job analysis. However, many organizations, because of lack of resources, they don't conduct the job analysis. What they do is just to develop a job description, and that is very wrong. It's advisable for the HR department to always conduct job analysis before developing the job description. The last one now is the job specification. The job specification is the minimum qualification for the job. It could be the academic qualification, it could be the age. Some organizations are very, very strict. They don't want to recruit people who are underage. So it is part of the minimum qualification they want, and also the year of experience in order to be qualified for that particular job. So basically, these are some of the categories of information obtained from conducting job analysis. Now let us look at the importance of conducting job analysis. One is the accurate job posting. When you talk of job posting, you're talking about the advert now. Before the HR thinks of advertising a position, the first thing to do is to conduct job analysis. Because in the advert, you find duties and responsibilities. Though in the job advert, they don't call it job description. Mostly they call it duties and responsibilities. So it's the same. So before you come up with that advert, you need to make sure that you know the roles of the potential employees. If you don't know the roles of the potential employees, what are you going to advertise? So job analysis help the HR to make sure that the job posting is actually the all information required job is included in the advert. The next importance of conducting job analysis is identification of the skills and the abilities required for an employee to perform the job well. If you look from the definition of the job analysis, it's all about studying the job. What is the job all about? What is required for someone to do a specific task? That is under job analysis. It helps the HR so much in identifying those abilities and skills. If you are talking about the medical doctor, what are the skills of a medical doctor? So during the job analysis, we are able to get such kind of skills so that we are going to have a competent doctor who's going to be helping the organization. The next importance of conducting job analysis is development of accurate job description. I've already told that the job description is the daily activities performed by an employee in the organization. And it is through the job analysis that the human resource department is able to develop job description. Because if you don't conduct the job description, you have no information to put in the job description. So the information you are putting in the job description simply come from conducting job analysis. The last importance of conducting job analysis is that it improves decision making during recruitment and the hiring process. Job analysis helps us to conduct even interview because when we are interviewing potential employees, we are based on the job analysis. We are based on the job description which you have already developed during the advert. So the interview is structured to make sure that the candidate is able to answer and he knows what he or she is supposed to be doing after being selected. So it helps in making decision. They will decide whether you are qualified for the job or you are not qualified for the job. So basically, these are some of the importance of conducting job analysis as far as human resource management is concerned in the organization. In the next slide, we're going to look at the stages in job analysis. Stage number one is the planning stage. Everything begins with planning. There's no way you can be successful if you don't plan. The same thing applies in the HR department. They have to plan. What are the activities in the planning stages? One is identify the objective of conducting the job analysis. Why do you want to conduct job analysis? Because it takes time, it requires resources. Why do you want to do it? Define the objective clearly. If it's all about recruitment, then it has to be stated clearly that we are conducting job analysis because we want to recruit this kind of profession, we need to recruit this kind of skills for organization. That is the objective of conducting job analysis and the planning stage. Number two is obtain top management support is still under planning stage. The HR is not overall. We have the top management departments in the organization, operation managers, the account directors. You need to obtain their support in terms of finance. Because by the end of the day, it comes back to money. Okay. You don't need to spend your own money in conducting job analysis. It has to come from the organization. So before you think of conducting job analysis, under your planning stage, you need to seek for the support of the top management. That is stage number one. Stage number two is what we call now the preparatory stage. After you have developed the objectives of your job analysis, you have obtained the support from the top management. What next is now to prepare for the job analysis. At the preparatory stage, you need to identify the job to be analyzed and methods of analysis. It's not that you are going to take every job. We have thousands of jobs. You cannot analyze them in one day or in one session. So you need to prioritize which job are you going to analyze. If you want to recruit electrician, take only electrician. If you want to recruit IT specialist, take only the job of IT. Don't combine two or three jobs at once. Take the one you want to analyze. Then also decide on the method of job analysis. So we are going to look at the method of job analysis later on. Under preparatory stage again, you need to review existing job documentation. You already have the job in the organization. You must be having the document, the information related to those jobs. You need to review them. The importance of reviewing them is it will give you clue of what you are going to be doing. Maybe some of the data you are seeking for are already in the document. So you need to review the document before you continue with the job analysis. Otherwise, you may end up going to look for the information when you already have the information in the office. The next is now communicate the process to managers and employees. Do not do things just alone. That is an element of teamwork. It's an element of transparency. If you take opportunity to talk to your employees or to inform your managers about the process of conducting job analysis, it is a clear indication that you're working as a team. You are collaborating and then there is transparency, because at the end of the day, these managers and the employees will back you up in the process of conducting job analysis. They will give you the relevant information you want. They will give you all the support you need to make sure that the exercise is successfully concluded by the end of the day. So basically, these are some of the information under preparatory stage. Now, let's go to the third stage, that is the conducting job analysis. You have planned, you are now in the preparation stage, you have done all the necessary documentation. Now, it's time for conducting the job analysis. That's stage number 3. So, what do you do under this stage? One is you need to gather job analysis data. The data we are talking about here is the information about the job, how the task is being done. That's how you get the data from under conducting job analysis. Number 2 is review and compile the data. After you have obtained the data, the next thing is to review. Select the one you are going to work with. Do not take each and every information you have obtained, because some of them might not be useful, or some of them you already have them in your database, so you don't need to take much time looking on them. So you need to review and compile the data, and that is under conducting a job analysis. That is stage number 3. Stage number 4 is about developing job description and the specification. I think we are repeating the word job description by now. We know what job description is. Under developing job description, you need to grab the JD. The JD is the job description, and then the JS. The JS is the job specification. I've told you that job description are the daily activities to be done by the employees, and the job specification is the minimum qualification required to perform a given task. It could be in terms of academic qualifications, it could be in terms of age, it could be in terms of the year of experience needed to do that particular job. So it helps us under developing job description and specification. The second activity to be done under developing job description and specification is review draft with the managers and the employees. Means what you have drafted, you need to review it with your managers, because they might have some inputs. Okay, don't work alone. If you review it with them, they will look through the work and identify some gaps and maybe fill the gap. Or alternatively, what they can do is to add on the information you already have to make it a little bit wide. So that is the activity to be done under developing stage. The last activity to be done under developing the job description and specification is identify recommendations. Okay, you need to identify recommendations from the top management or even from the employees. Okay, what is their view on the result of the job analysis? Can you go ahead and implement it or not? So after seeking the recommendation, then you are free to go and implement it. Now let us look at the last stage. Stage number 5 is now maintenance stage. What activities do we do under maintenance stage? One is updating job description. This job description needs to be updated quarterly or yearly. How do we update it? For example, new tasks are coming up. If you don't update it, then the employees are limited to only what they were given before. Another thing you have to look at is the promotion. If someone is promoted, it means his job description has to be also updated, because promotion comes with the bigger responsibilities. You cannot work using the previous responsibility or the job description when the person was still in a lower level. But now, if the person is already promoted, it means his or her activities is going to expand, and therefore it's advisable you update the job description. Now, the last activity to be done under maintenance stage is the periodical review of all jobs. So all the jobs in the organization has to be reviewed. If you don't do that, then you might have outdated skills. So you need to review those jobs to see if they are outdated or they need some kind of improvement in terms of the job description, in terms of the content. So basically, these are some of the activities we do under maintenance stage of conducting job analysis. Now, in the next slide, we're looking at the job analysis information sources. Where do we get the information of job analysis from? One is the job incumbents. Who is the job incumbents? The job incumbents is the person who is actually doing the job. If you want to recruit IT specialist, we are going to interview the IT specialist. The person who's working as an IT, the current person who's working as an IT is the what you call job in the cabin. Number two is the supervisors or the line managers. They are also a very good source of information for conducting job analysis because they are directly supervising the employees who are doing the job. They know the tasks of these employees, so we need to consult them to get relevant information on the job we want to analyze. Then finally is the job analysts. We have experts in the job analyst. They have been analyzing jobs for the last decade, so they know exactly how a certain job is supposed to be done, the tasks involved in the job, they know it very well. So you need to consult them, get information on the job you want to analyze. So basically, these are some of the sources of information for conducting job analysis. Now we are going to look at the methods of job analysis as our last part of the presentation. One is the observation method. With the observation method, the job analyst just sit and see what the job incumbent is doing, and then he takes the record. That's under observation. It's just a matter of you sitting and then seeing it with your eyes. The next method is the interviewing method. An interviewing method, the job analyst interacts with the job incumbent, or he interacts with the supervisors or with the job analyst to get information he wants on the job he is trying to analyze. Then the next one is the work sampling method. With work sampling method, employees are placed on job. They're doing the job as you are looking for how they are doing it, the task they're doing. That is under work sampling method. Actually, here you put the people to work as you record the task they are doing. Then also we have task inventory method. Under task inventory method, the job analyst lists all the tasks to be done, then review them one after the other in order to get the information he or she is seeking for. Then lastly is the functional job analysis method. Under functional job analysis method, the analyst is only focusing on the function of a specific job, how it is done, why is it important to the organization, and then he picks up the analysis from there. So we have come to the end of this presentation. See you in the next presentation.